Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be comparing two very different microphones. The DJI Mic II wireless microphone system and the Rode Videomic Go II shotgun microphone. And we want to figure out which one is the best for my home YouTube studio. So stick around and let's find out. Since I started my YouTube channel, my go-to microphone, whether I'm outdoors or here in the studio, has been this one, the DJI Mic wireless microphone system. But recently I've been thinking maybe it's time to review my microphone choice in a little more detail and see if maybe there aren't better options. Now, I recently upgraded to the new DJI Mic II wireless mic system, but at the same time I also started thinking, is a wireless microphone the best choice for my home studio? Now, I did a bit of research and it struck me that for studio work, many content creators were using boomed shotgun microphones. And when I did a bit more research, I found that the Rode Videomic Go II was a very popular choice, and I'll talk about why I chose this specific one later on as well. So, as I said, today what we want to do is take a look at which of these is the best choice for my home studio. Now, of course, that decision is going to be based largely on the audio quality, but also I want to consider the convenience factor. How easy is it to set up for recording? Because clearly that makes a big difference when it comes to content creation. Now, there is a lot to cover here, so I will put the chapters up here and on the video timeline so you can skip straight to the sections that you are most interested in. And of course, before we get started, just to mention that this video is not sponsored or paid for in any way. All of the products were purchased with my own money and the opinions are entirely my own. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, and let's get on with it. So, as I said, I am looking to optimize the microphone solution for my home YouTube studio here. Now, as you can clearly see, this is not a professional studio. What I have here is my studio slash office, and it also serves as a guest bedroom. So there is no sound treatment in this room. I certainly don't want to hang big sound panels and sound blankets around, although some subtle sound treatment additions is definitely something I think I will look into in the future as well. But let's just start out by saying that in an environment like this, in a studio type environment where I have the camera positioned about 3 feet 1 meter away from me, first of all, pretty much any decent external microphone is going to sound better than the onboard microphones of your camera. And just to emphasize that point, what I have right now is a relatively inexpensive shotgun microphone. It's a Boya MM1. I'll put a link to it in the description. And I have this suspended above my head, about a foot above my head, just out of shot, hopefully now. And if I just unplug it for a moment. So now I'm talking to you over the onboard microphones of my Sony ZV-1, and I'm sure that the sound quality isn't quite as good. It's probably a little bit more echoey, and you may even be able to pick up some background noise in addition to my voice. So let's go ahead and switch back to the external microphone. Okay, so now I have the external microphone plugged back in, and hopefully that sounds better again. So, as I said earlier, my external microphone of choice over the last year and a half that I've been making YouTube videos has been this one, the DJI Mic wireless microphone system, which consists of a receiver and 2 transmitters. The receiver plugs into your camera, of course, and then you just take out either 1 or 2 receivers and use them wirelessly. And it's very simple to use. It can be used, of course, inside and outside. It can be used at a distance from the camera. And what's nice about having a single system is that you have a certain degree of consistency on all of your clips. Now, when it comes to Why did I choose the DJI Mic system? Well, obviously audio quality is important, and if you check out the channel you'll find several reviews that I've done comparing the DJI Mic to other wireless microphone systems, and in all of those comparisons the DJI Mic system has come out on top. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that the audio quality is much better than the others. In fact, I would say that the audio quality is pretty comparable across the different brands, but where the DJI really wins out is in its overall feature set and its convenience. As you probably know, it comes in this charging case which has its own batteries, so I know anytime I open this up, all the components inside are going to be fully charged and ready to use. I simply have to take them out, it powers them on straight away for me, and when I'm done I just put them back in the case and it starts charging them again, so they will be ready for use next time. But as convenient as it is, there are still a few steps that I have to go through in order to prepare for recording and also once I'm done recording. So when I prepare to do some recording, first thing I have to do is take out the receiver and I have to attach it to my camera and of course plug it into the camera's microphone input. Next I put on what I refer to as my YouTube jewelry. So this is a little magnetic pendant which I drop inside here, and then I can simply magnetically attach the microphone here. I find this a lot better than trying to clip it onto different clothing like this. And now I'm ready to start recording. Now when I'm finished recording, if I know I'm going to be recording again in a few minutes time, I'll just leave everything as is. But typically if I want to start doing some editing or I'm doing something else entirely, I need to first of all put the microphone away, I need to detach the receiver from the camera and put that away, or at very least power down the receiver. And of course, if I power down the receiver, the next time I want to do some recording, I need to remember to turn it back on again. And trust me, I have forgotten to do that on a couple of occasions, and there is nothing more frustrating than nailing all your recordings only to find out that you have silent video clips. So let's talk about why the DJI Mic 2. Well, first off, in all honesty, I'm pretty satisfied with the original DJI Mic system, and in fact the only reason that I purchased the DJI Mic 2 system is because a lot of my channel is about reviewing products like this, and I'm not famous or influential enough that DJI are going to send this to me, so I guess I have no choice but to buy it with my own money. But of course my lack of fame and influence are your advantage, because the fact that I've had to pay for this with my own money makes my review all the more objective. But DJI, if you're watching and you want to send me some free stuff, please feel free to do so. So having already reviewed the DJI Mic 2 system, then what I can already tell you is there's not a lot of difference in the audio quality in an environment like this between this one and the original, but there are a few nice convenience features and versatility features that make this a better choice. Now, just to name one, the new system does have an auto on-off feature. So when it's plugged into your camera using the standard 3.5mm TRS cable, whenever your camera powers on, it will automatically power on the receiver of the DJI Mic 2, and when it powers off, it will automatically power it back off again. And the microphones by default will automatically turn themselves off if they don't have a signal to the receiver within 15 minutes. So that certainly helps out when it comes to starting up the system and also between recordings, so I don't always have to worry about putting all the components back into the charging case or powering them off. All that is taken care of automatically. So when it comes to a shotgun microphone, why did I select the Rode Videomic Go II? Well, if you study the reviews, you'll find that this microphone really does perform very well. Based on all the reviews that I've looked at, it has an audio quality that is on par with more expensive microphones, including even more expensive Rode microphones. I do like the fact that it's nice and compact, and I particularly like the fact that it does not have any kind of onboard power. So I don't have to worry about a battery that will die, I don't have to worry about recharging it. I just plug this into my camera and I'm ready to go. And in my studio type environment here, I plan on just mounting it up here and leaving it that way. Also, when it comes to versatility, in addition to the standard 3.5mm plug, it also has USB-C. So I can also connect this microphone to any camera which uses USB-C audio, or I can connect this up to my computer and use this to do my voiceover work. So, time to do some audio comparison testing. Now I have both microphones wired up to the camera by way of a two-way switch, and yes, before I decided to use that configuration, I did some other testing to make sure that that would not degrade the audio in any way. So as you can see, I am wearing the DJI Mic 2, and also I have the Rode Videomic Go II suspended just out of shot above my head here. And right now you're listening to me on, let's just say, microphone A. So I will keep you in suspense and make this into a blind test so you can determine which one sounds the best to you, and then I will reveal the identities of the two microphones later on. So as I said, you are currently listening to me on microphone A, and I'm going to just talk to you for a second in a normal speaking voice on microphone A to give you an idea of the audio quality of microphone A. So I will also talk in a soft voice to give you an idea of how it handles very low-level sounds. We'll also listen to just a moment of silence. And then I'll talk to you in quite a loud voice, maybe just short of shouting at the microphone, to give you an idea of how it handles louder sounds. And then I will return to a normal speaking voice in order to conclude the sound check of microphone A. And now I'm going to switch over to microphone B. So now I'm going to repeat the same test using microphone B. Once again, I'll start out the test just by talking to you at a normal level to give you a good indication of the audio quality of microphone B. What are your thoughts so far? How does it compare to microphone A? As before, I will talk to you in a very soft voice to see how microphone B now handles the very low-level volumes. Also, we'll also do a moment of silence. And then once again, I will talk to you in a louder voice to see how microphone B handles sounds at a higher level, and then I will return to a normal speaking voice in order to conclude the sound check for microphone B. So, which microphone sounded better to you, and which microphone was A and which one was B? Well, let's see if you guessed it correctly. Microphone A was the DJI Mic 2 system, and microphone B was the Rode Videomic Go II. Did you guess correctly? Were you surprised at the results at all? So having listened to that clip several times over now, I listened to it on my speakers, I listened to it through headphones, and personally I am leaning towards the Rode microphone. I think the sound of the voice on the Rode microphone was a little bit fuller, sounded a little more natural. I found the voice on the DJI was a little bit tinnier, if that's the right word, a little bit more echo in it. And of course, another thing that makes me lean towards the Rode is the convenience. As I said earlier, I plan on permanently mounting it up here, and in fact, most of the time it will be permanently plugged into the camera as well, so that really will make my workflow a lot simpler. Now also on the Rode, I thought it did a slightly better job of picking up the very low voice, but if you listen to the period of silence, you will notice that the Rode also picks up a lot more of the background noise. Now the noise that you can hear is actually my video light, which is right here, and in fairness to the Rode, it is a lot closer to the video light than the DJI Mic was when it was mounted down here. But it was still a little surprising because the microphone is pointing directly towards me, the video light's over here, so I would not have expected that much background noise to be present from what is a highly directional microphone. So maybe I still need to play around with the exact positioning and orientation of the microphone to improve on that. But as I said, this is just my initial take on it. I would definitely be interested to hear what you guys as the audience think about this. Please go ahead and let me know which one you thought sounded the best. Any other comments, any suggestions for ways that I could further improve my audio. I always love to hear from you. So that is just about it for today's video. I do have one more thing that I do want to mention before we sign off, and that is the performance of this guy, the Boya MM1 microphone. Now, up until the audio comparison clip, and of course this clip also, every clip that you heard throughout this video was recorded using the Boya MM1 so that I could show you the other microphones, of course. And I think this actually performed really well. And keep in mind, we're talking about a microphone that you can buy right now for under $30. So while in general, I think it's worth paying a little bit more to get better quality, I do think that for anybody who's on a budget, this would be a really good option. So that is a wrap on today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any input on the video, if you want to let me know which microphone you think sounded best and why, if you have any other comments or suggestions, please drop those into the comment section. Otherwise, please remember to give us a like and also consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more content on tech, travel, and leisure. Thank you for watching.